What's up, everyone? I'm here on a video, and I thought it might be cool to show you my progress of what I'm working on, because a lot of people always ask me, like, what are you working on these days, and what's going on, and how's the progress on this or that? So I thought these little videos might be a good way to keep people up to date, because live tweeting is really hard, and I figured if I just dedicate some time to make this video, it might be more informational, more entertaining, and just cool. So we'll hop into it. What I'm working on right now is the Going Pro feature for communities in Gatsby. What that means is you'll be able to upgrade your account and you'll be able to get a custom phone number. This is a phone number that you could post anywhere and people will be able to text you and you could text them back or organize your events by, means of SMS texting at scale. You could text hundreds of thousands of people at once, which is really cool. But the Going Pro component and the actual process for this isn't so easy. It's kind of a bulky thing to figure out. There's a lot of moving parts, but we're chipping away at it slowly. So I'll show you where we're at with that right now. So I built this charge component, tweeted about it earlier. You can check that out. And we could go ahead and activate Pro. What this is going to do, it's going to take your credit card information, well, not your information, your ID, and it's going to send the ID to Stripe where your credit card information is stored. And Stripe is going to process your information, and it's going to send a request back to our server saying, this payment either succeeded or failed. And with that information, we could either enable Pro on your account or not. In this case, it succeeded. We have Pro enabled, and we could go ahead and choose a number, 408. Let's do something closer to home. There we go, something in New Jersey, Fort Dix. Nice. Okay, we'll select that number. And if we refresh the page, it was visible there, but now it's just way more clear what our number is. Cool, that's the first part of the problem, and that took a lot of solving. But now we have to charge every month, right? Because this is a subscription deal. And, our upstream providers charge us for the phone number every month. So we have to pass that cost down. So how do we do that? We have to hook in a subscription system. Now we can use the Stripe one. Stripe does provide something here that we can use. And integrating this is possible. This would be good. It has some pros and cons. But we decided to roll our own solution just for some more flexibility, and we could reuse it throughout the app without more custom logic, rather than trying to, fit round pegs into square holes and in similar situations every time we need to charge someone every month for something. Because, based off of our dream features and where we think we're going, that's not the right solution for us. So we're going to still be using Stripe, but instead we're going to be writing our own processing system. So what we're going to be using for that is Brie. And Brie is this JavaScript library that enables our Node.js server to spin up different worker threads for these jobs, which is really cool because on the surface, that's not a very easy problem to solve. So Brie is going to take a lot of that complexity and figure it out for us and provide a nice API for us to use it. So that's what we've been working on, and it is pretty complex. There's a lot of different hidden gotchas that I didn't expect coming. So for example, let's see. So this is a job itself. So if you see, we're using log here instead of just console.log. And this is an example of one of the tricky gotchas that we had to figure out. So before we would just use console.log or, our other custom logger. But here you have to use this parent port post message and you have to send it out, and you can't clone your objects. I have to do this janky thing just for development logging, just to see what is happening during this process. But pretty much, so this is within a job, but if we take a step back and see what is actually controlling this, we could see Brie here, and we set up our Brie configuration. And this is actually where we define our jobs. So this is going to be charging our platform subscriptions. Now the interval is right now set to every 30 seconds, and that's just for development purpose. So we could really quickly see what's happening. But really what's going to happen is we're going to run this every day. There's different approaches we could have taken with this, right? So we could have said we're going to charge someone on the first day of every month, or we're going to charge them every month on the day that they subscribed. That way we're not losing any, potential revenue there on those days that we would have given them for free. So we decided to go with the charging them on the same day that they registered every month. So if I register on the 16th of September, I'm going to get charged on October 16th and then November 16th. It's kind of funny. You're probably thinking, okay, well, what happens if I register for, Gatsby Pro on October 31st? What happens when February comes around and there's only 28 days in the month? Now, we actually had to account for that. When we're determining, the object that we're going to query to actually charge these subscriptions, we have to specify a day code. Let's see if I have that. I'll show you the model for this. Okay, so here's our platform subscription model. And you'll see this day code. And what we have is a minimum of 1 and a maximum of 28. So if you do register on the 29th or the 30th or the 31st, we're going to just move your day code up to the 1st. So that way you'll get charged on the 1st of every month rather than, figuring out other complex logic. And we're also not going to charge you for time that you didn't spend on the platform. So you're always going to have at least a month for what you pay for. We're never going to take off time. So we defer to moving up rather than backwards. Anyways, whenever we do charge our platform subs, what we want to do is we have to determine the day code. We get our date and we determine which one we're fetching. And then we go ahead and we fetch those subscriptions that need renewing. And through that process, we're going to hit the Stripe API, we're going to send it back, and we're going to renew our subscription. And then we'll also have to handle failures and stuff. So we have a lot of custom logic in here, but it's really cool because we're going to be able to reuse this stuff and the processes and the infrastructure for multiple different subscriptions, whether you're paying us, the platform, or your community owner. So I could even show you what this looks like. We'll go ahead and actually run these jobs. So we'll come over here. You can see successfully initialized job workers. And now at some point within 30 seconds, we're going to be able to see this job run. We're going to query our documents. Oh, actually, I don't think this is going to work because I don't think there is a subscription for the second. So check this out. Oh, I lied. Okay, there we go. Oh, right, because I created, I just went live on the demo. Cool. So we have renewing one subscription, amount $20, transaction type, platform subscription renewal, and we're done. There we go. Now, since we're in development mode, oops, let's go ahead and comment that out again. So since we're in development, that's going to run pretty much infinitely every 30 seconds and keep charging them, but we're in test mode, so it's not actually going to come through. And the cool thing is we could actually see in our Stripe test mode on, we could see that money is actually coming through just now, which is cool. So it's all coming together. There's a lot of moving parts here. We're slowly chipping away. Next, what we have to do is we have to handle our failures. So what happens if a card fails? We're going to have to, take our reception from Stripe. We're going to have to send some certain information back to the customer, like your card needs updating or something similar. But we're slowly getting there. There's a lot of different logic in play here, a lot of different things going on. And we're slowly figuring it out. I'm going to come back with another update sometime in the future after we figure out more stuff, after we have a better visual for this or something. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to show you for now. We're slowly getting there. A lot of code. If you're into that, good. If you're more of a visual person and you don't understand code, I'm sorry. But I'm going to try to keep these as low effort as possible, to be honest, because I don't want to spend too much time on these. People say, if you're going to be building in public, you have to make sure that you're actually building. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to try to actually be building. So that's all I have for you. Thanks for watching.